Hey guys, it's your boy Otaku Phil here. I haven't really been posting much recently because, life has just been getting in the way and everything's been real crazy. I'm still working on my Beetle, still working on my flight school, getting real close to my check ride here for my private pilots. And then after that, I've been rebuilding my credit and freaking getting ready to attend ATP after I finish my private. So there's been a lot going on. I posted earlier, but I don't think. Well, I talked. I haven't talked about it much, but I did leave Greyhound. Now, I left mainly for personal reasons. I wasn't able to get in the kind of hours that I needed to pursue my flying career, and I haven't been able to really just concentrate on what I wanted to do. I loved Greyhound. Greyhound was a great job. If you're looking for a good career and you're interested in traveling and being a bus driver, Greyhound is the best company to work for, plain and simple. The pay is good. The amenities are good. You get all types of bonuses and stuff that you just don't get from a lot of other companies. I still drive. I drive for a small company called CPS. They're based out of Torrance, and they're a like an airport transit company. We transport pilots and crew from local hotels in LA County to LAX. It pays pretty well. It pays $21.50 an hour, and you get tips. For help handling bags and stuff like that. That's the one thing. Greyhound, they didn't require you to handle bags, but you would handle bags anyway. This company, you have to handle bags, but it's typically not that bad because they're flight crews, so they typically just have like a small carry on and maybe a regular type carry on bags. It's not so bad, but they tip very well. On top of the 21.50 an hour, I'd say I work only maybe about like 3 to 4 hours, 5 days a week. Yeah, 3 to 4 hours in the evening, 5 days a week, and typically I'll pull in at the least maybe like 20. At the most, I think I've gotten maybe like $50 in just tips. And these are like anywhere from 4 man up to 19 man crews, and they'll each chip in like a buck or two. So it's not too bad if you're like me and you got other things going on and you're not really, but yet you still like to drive, and you just can't devote the time to working for a company like Greyhound. The airport shuttles and the airport companies aren't too bad, but you gotta look for good ones. There are some companies out there that are just dicks. They're just bastards. They pay really crappy. They pay below the minimum wage for the airports, and that's the important thing. When I first looked at driving locally, I looked at some of the bus companies, and some of the bus companies were paying like 17 to 20 an hour for some of the city buses. And then I looked at the airport, and the airport, a lot of the small companies that are like, your Avis and your Hertz, they started off again at like $17 an hour, which sucked because LAX has a minimum pay. So LAX has minimum contractor pay, so you have to find a company that has that. Like I looked at ABM, and I worked for ABM for a little bit, but ABM was just a little boring. You're just doing a circuit for the employee shuttles, but they're union. They pay the minimum. They pay I think like 20.50 an hour or $20 an hour or something like that. So it's not terrible. And then or actually no. Actually, no, they were paying like around 19 an hour. And then I found this company. They're close to me. I literally live like 10 minutes away from where you pick up the buses. So it's pretty good for me. So that's what's been going on with me. I've been doing a lot of flying. I've been posting some of my X-Plane videos. I belong to a pretty strong X-Plane community of virtual pilots, and that's always fun. So if you're an X-Plane viewer, if you're an X-Plane person, check out some of my videos. Feel free to shoot me some questions and answers, and I'll try to answer them. If we drive some of the smaller buses, kind of like the Greyhound Connect buses. There's still air brakes. You still require a Class B. They hold up to 26 people. Some of the smaller ones will be the 20-man buses, but you still require a Class B with your passenger endorsement. So, that's what's been going on. I'll try to see if I can get some videos of the buses or whatever and show you some of those controls, because some of them are a little more, are very, very bus-like. Yeah, so, feel free to still send me questions. I'll answer what I can. If you have questions, check out some of my older videos, and I've answered a lot of questions there. I still keep getting the "Can you drive with a GPS?" question. So yeah, if you're a bus driver, and there are a lot of other companies out there that you can definitely look at. I looked at Coach USA for a little bit. We have Lux Bus out here, and they're pretty competitive pay. But again, if my flight thing wasn't to work out, I probably would consider going back to Greyhound, just because the environment was so good, and to just travel throughout the entire U.S. is just it's pretty fun. Dealing with local traffic can be a little bit of a pain, but you're home every night. You're still getting pretty good pay, and you can live. So that was one of the main things. Is I needed to up my lessons. My deals were taking too long. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll talk to you guys later. Yeah.